Tom had mentioned that he had some like work stuff going on and some priorities, so wanting to make sure that we get something out for a video, and I'm gonna do my best. With that, I definitely have books to talk about for sure, and some other odds and ends too. But give me just a couple seconds here, you guys. I just gotta take a moment and share. For Minute to Win It, I'm trying to think of what I can talk about. There's a lot of cool stuff going on, so I will say that right after this filming, I am going to be getting to watch, finally, Moon Knight, and I'm looking forward to just checking it out and seeing how it treats me. So more to come on that, and I hope it's amazing. I have high hopes for it. MCU has done very well so far, and so no pressure. But definitely excited to see, how it goes. And if I don't like it, I don't like it. We'll find out. Hey, Derek, how are you doing? Thank you so much for checking in and tuning in this evening here. Give me just a sec here. Wait, I am putting in work. I was about to say John is putting in work, but that's dumb. Boom. All right. Well, without further ado, I guess I'll open the episode and do my best. And it's really weird doing this solo, so we're gonna go for it. So, anyways, without further ado, the best drum roll a guy can get on his glass desk. Hey everybody, it's a comic book look. It's your boy John on Demand, aka the comic book Hugh Hef, aka Johnny Agul, the way I make those comics raised from the long box like they're Jason Todd. It is your boy. I am so excited. It is Comic Book Wednesday, the Comic Book Sabbath, praise be. Great day, all in all. So I am seeing already in the comments, Aaron is bringing in that wisdom. First episode of Moon Knight was really good. Good! It sounds like I'm going to end the day on an awesome note, even awesomer than being here and talking comics. Chad's checking in. Hey, Chad. Craig is saying howdy. Hey, Craig. And Sergeant's in the building. Private Peanut and I are watching. Yes! Thank you so much for watching. And hello. Before I jump into the books, a couple of things. First of all, like I said, the excitement is real to check out Moon Knight. But also, I'm going to be rolling the dice here, hopefully, scheduling permitting, to go see Morbius at some point. And I hope it is good, because I love the character so much. But I have heard a lot of not so positive reviews on it or whatever. I'm huge on just making it my own and going to see if I like it or not. And at the end of the day, you guys, the way I see it, kind of like the Cloak and Dagger show, how people were like, oh, it's not true to the whatever. The way that I see it is it's just an exciting time, and it's an exciting problem to have having a Morbius movie in theaters on the big screen. So I hope that it's done well for the sake of the character, but I'm also thankful that we have that opportunity. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah. So we'll see. But in terms of books this week, you guys, it was quite the week. So I did the Rainbow stream earlier, and I didn't really grab a lot of the books that I wanted to really talk about because they were all gone. We sold out of, I think I saw one cover that turned up of Ghost Rider #2 as an example. So that is on the shelf for tomorrow. Yeah, that flew like crazy. The excitement for that book is real. If you do shop at Rainbow Comics, totally put it on your pull list. Before I get too far into the show, I do have one exciting show announcement that I did want to lift up. Next week, I am going to be joined by the co-writers of the Good Boy comic, Garrett Gunn and Dr. Christina Blanche, and we are doing a Good Boy Tour debrief, and they're going to provide kind of that behind-the-scenes take on how the tour went for them as they traveled across the country on their world tour, and so it's going to be a lot of fun. So that we are aiming to kick off next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Central, right here. So take a look at the Rainbow Comics Facebook page. Keep an eye on A Comic Book Look on Facebook or the YouTube channel, however you tune in, whatever your poison. But that will be an amazing time, and I am very excited to get to chat with them again. They're always fun to talk to. But without further ado, I just want to get into the book. So with that, hit me up in the comments with any thoughts. Ooh, eBay is asking for $20 for White Knight. And Sergeant America, just to confirm, are we talking Batman Beyond White Knight #1 that just came out today? I'd like to know that. That's interesting because, wow. The A cover on that has just been flying. It's been the toast of the town, and like B cover is starting to pick up some traction too. But yeah, A cover today, everyone was like, we're gonna try it and rock it, and a lot of them were on pull list, and it was cool. All right. Well, with that, let's go ahead and hit some books. Sergeant America confirming, yes, it is Batman Beyond White Knight. So for anyone interested in that book, we still have copies available on the shelf, but they are flying. This has been kind of a crazy week for comics. So we'll get right into it. First pickup that I got, and I'm going in literally no particular order. These are actually all out of order. I did go ahead and I'm rocking Immortal X-Men #1. This is the cool wraparound with the scenery of kind of the final supper, Last Supper kind of vibe. Everybody's hanging out at the table. Excited to see what the next chapter holds. Krakoa books, for me, the X-Men titles have really shined. I love it. But with all things, I'm kind of scared of if we ever hit the decline on the books or not. I'm not sure. But for me, they're still rocking pretty steady. Not perfect, but still happy to wear the t-shirt and represents. So I'm liking it. Up next, we have The Magic Order Volume 2, issue #6. I went with the black and white cover. This was the only one that I saw on the shelf, and I've been trying to keep up with it. I have not read any of this yet, so I've been collecting the issues, but I still need to read the trade for Magic Order Volume 1 first, because I was told to. It was a customer recommendation, and I love hearing from customers what books are hot and why, because it gets me exposed to like new material out there that I normally wouldn't read. Obviously, I love DC, as you can see behind me, right? I'm just kidding. But, I can't, not everyone can be the new 51. I was about to say new 52. But Bill will forever be king of DC, and I will rock Marvel Kingdom, and it will be awesome. Up next, this was also a customer recommendation, and he is here in the comments. Sergeant America recommended The Heathens for me. So this is issue 5. These are just coming out at warp speed. I have read issues 1 and 2. I have the rest of them. I just haven't gotten to them yet. Holy smokes. Very fun book. A group of very mischievous characters is seeking to do some form of justice for saving their own souls kind of thing. It's just the funniest group of individuals ever. And so I love it. This is one where I feel like I need to collect it and binge read it. And just get familiar that way. But I have been, the art's on point, the writing's great. If you're not checking it out, I definitely recommend it. Thank you, Serge, for the recommendation. One that I just took a chance on that I am head over heels in love with, and I'm so excited this issue is out. Issue 4 of Animal Castle. This book is mean. It is mean. And I can't even begin. Like, issue 1 just blew my socks off. I was like, holy smokes. And the following issues, it has been fun, compelling, getting to know the characters. The struggle is real. It is insane. Animal Castle. If you're not checking it out, check it out. I highly recommend it. Just seeing a comment come through here from Mr. Aaron. I love customer recommendations. Just started the Spawn Compendium Volume 1 because so many people at my store read Spawn and told me to read it. Attaboy! And that's ambitious. Spawn is one that I love the covers, first of all. I think that the artwork on the King Spawn, the Scorch, I'm loving the tribute covers right now. So like the Scorch with the X-Men versions of Spawn characters. It was brilliant. But I actually did read the one that had the Spider-Man parody Haunt was on the cover. I read that. I didn't know anything that was going on. And I haven't read a lot of Spawn, hardly at all. So that is one I'd be curious about trying it out. But yes, I would have to start from the beginning just to really soak up the story a little bit. Michael Fazzini's in the building. Thank you so much for checking in. For those of you that don't know, Michael Fazzini gets me in a lot of trouble. He runs an online auction every Sunday and typically has some amazing books. So it has been, I have been known to go Wilson Fisk the Kingpin on the auction from time to time when there's something I just really want. And I just go all in. And he is just great customer service, Shipping is spot on. And he's just a great guy. And he was a guest on our show a couple of months ago, too. So thank you, Michael. Sergeant, I saw that you got Animal Castle, too. Awesome. That's cool. Like I said, these are way out of order. So Immortal X-Men, I like sassy Mr. Sinister, and so Derek from Team Rainbow put this aside for me. Loving it. I'm excited. I love variant covers like that. This next one was actually a local offering. So Polarized issue 1 from Logan Schwenke and Enzo de la Cruz. So I got this, and this is a book. I have not read it yet, and I've seen it mentioned, and I love that it's local. I love supporting local, and at some point I would, I'll read it, I'll check it out, and maybe we'll reach out to the creators and see if we can't do like an interview. I would love to learn more about it. There's something so exciting about seeing people take their ideas and make a physical product. And case in point, Tom's daughter recently did a comic book and brought 15 copies to Rainbow Comics, sold them all. So that's awesome, and I love the community support. Something like this, though, it's got to be so exciting for like a writer and artist to just see their work become physical product. And so I'm looking forward to checking this out. So thank you for bringing copies of this to the store. I know Amanda from Rainbow is also checking it out too. So we are excited. Up next, these are just kind of some odds and ends backstocks. These aren't new books this week, but got these in the collection. I picked up Batman Ghosts. Love the Long Halloween. Working on forever my Ghost Rider and Midnight Suns adjacent literature. This is issue 9 of Blaze Spirits of Vengeance. And then I had issue 56 of What If, but I did not have 55. And this is part 1 of Galactic Storm, which I love this event because the original event really highlighted the Shi'ar Imperial Guard and how badass they were. And it was just fantastic. So I'm very curious to see what if the Avengers lost it. So my kind of story. I'm all in. Up next, again, these actually came in the mail from Canada for me. So a creator had reached out to us wanting to lift up their project. So I have issues 1 through 7 of The Lost Garden. So I will be reading these, and we will be making a decision to see if we're going to be ordering more. So I'm excited to really jump in and read them. But thank you for the creator for sending those and thinking of us. That's awesome. Up next, I got a pair of Mystic Arcana issues. So I have Mystic Arcana, Scarlet Witch, and then Sister Grimm, which is actually Nico from the Runaways. I don't know why she took on the mantle of Sister Grimm. I think it's incredibly awesome. But I wanted to try these books out and just learn more about the mystical side of the MCU. So here we are. I had A cover shown of this, but Ghost Rider Volume 2, I got, this is the variant cover of that. So also glow in the dark. I love the texture. They look amazing when they glow in the dark. So, whoa, what are they about? A boot. Oh, Mike, Sergeant, come on. Goodness, that's terrible. Not talking to you anymore. New this week, Silver Surfer Rebirth, just soaring into the shelves. This is issue number 3. This is another one that flew. I think we had 1 copy left on the shelves. But it's so fun to see popularity surrounding these characters, and they're just some of my favorites. So a little Ghost Rider, a little Ghost Rider, a little Silver Surfer. What up, Captain Coop is in the building, ×2. Yeah. Thank you for tuning in. This next book, I haven't even read issue 1 yet. The Excellent. I don't even know what I'm getting into with this team, but this is like the squad that hangs out with the character Dupe in the X-Men universe, the Green Blob. Artwork is just groovy. I have no idea what to expect. No idea. But I am excited to just dig in and check it out and see if I like it or not. I have no idea. This next one cracks me up. I mentioned this earlier on the Rainbow Show, but I had a chance to meet Kurt Busiek at FablesCon in Minneapolis, so Tom was there, and I was so excited about getting my Thunderbolt signed, and he was like, well, have you read my series Astro City? And I was like, well, no. And he goes, John Runyon, you're a bad person. And so it is my mission now to read as much Astro City as I can get my little mitts on. So that way I can turn that frown upside down for Kurt. But I am excited to check this out. I am going into this with hardly any context at all. I think I've read one other Astro City book currently, but I am not an expert by any means. So we are going to try it out. I went with the blank variant because I love it. The opportunity to get a sketch or two should be fun. Up next, also new this week, we have X-Men Unlimited Latitude, issue number 1. So curious to see how that goes. Flipping through it, it's the Krakoa formula. Artwork's a little interesting, but that's okay. I'm just curious to see how the story blends together. Another popular one, and one that we are just flying through here, Iron Fist, issue number 2. Issue 1 was amazing, and we ran out. We are hoping for more, but we have not received word yet on when or if we'll be getting more at the store. But certainly a great offering, and a continuation of the series Swordmaster, and also the new Agents of Atlas. So this, for me, is so rewarding because it's just taking time to get to know the character even more. I'm here for that. I like that. I personally don't collect a lot of Iron Fist outside of that, but this one definitely was exciting to me. Up next, we have Ghost Rider, issue number 2, and I personally really like the Peach Momoko cover here. I thought it was just gorgeous. The story in issue 1 really kicked it off. If you guys haven't checked it out and are curious and have access to a copy of number 1, go for it. You will not recommend it, or not recommend. You will not regret it. I hope you will recommend it. But it was just complete fun. And this is me. The Ghost Rider number 1 that I bought was the first number 1 that I had gotten. Since then, I have actually been collecting a ton of the old horror comics of Marvel to really get into the spirit of the Midnight Suns. And so this new volume is happening right on top of that for me as a reader. So my brain is getting rocked all over the place, but it's a good time. So definitely recommend it. And this final book here, this final book I purchased because the colors really stood out to me. It was in great condition. It's an older title, and it actually makes a little bit of sense here. So we are talking Fantastic Four issue 110. I thought that the cover was just popping. It was sharp. I mean, it's gorgeous. But the bonus here is that it's actually highlighting a little bit about Agatha Harkness, which is fantastic for me because I personally loved WandaVision. I'm excited about House of Harkness coming up. And I haven't read a lot of her presence with the Fantastic Four, so it'll help me understand maybe a little bit more of their relationship. I know at one point maybe she was like a nanny figure for the little ones. But definitely excited to just learn and read. I don't get books to resell them, you guys. I get it to read the story because I'm passionate about the characters, and that's where we're at. That's all the books that I got this week, but I did want to lift up one other thing. I had a chance to really sit down yesterday, and from start of day until end of day, I crushed Morbius Epic Collection Volume 1, which collects the first and second appearance, Amazing Spider-Man 101 and 102, vampire magazines, Adventures into Fear, The Giant-Sized Werewolf by Night, and all this literature. And it put the story in order, which I really love. So it really followed Morbius's journey, being first introduced into the MCU and then kind of just flowing through. Not Marvel Comics universe, not cinematic universe, I should clarify. But it did a really good job. And so I am so thankful for that. I have volume 2 as well for the Epic Collection. And so I just need another day to sit down and do it. But I am just loving it so far. The reason why I'm reading that is because I hope to eventually get to the Rise of the Midnight Suns event. And it's just been so fun so far to get to know these characters and learn a little bit more. I've been reading a little bit of Dr. Brother Voodoo as well. And so I have a lot of reading to do. I have 254 issues that I've compiled around the Midnight Suns, including like Ghost Rider stuff, Werewolf by Night, Doctor Strange, etc. So it's going to take me probably half a year to a year to get through it all. But my intent is that I want to enjoy it in the same order that readers did as they came out. So that's the mission. I'm very excited about it. But that's pretty much all I had for the show. Sergeant, I saw you coming in here. Are you into grading books? Is the question. I'm not. I have one slab on the wall, and that's because it's a gift from Fan Expo up in Canada. Ken got it for me. It's an Avengers variant that has Alpha Flight on it. Signed by John Romita Jr. And the signatures was a bonus. He was just happy to find the cover because it's super, like, it was uncommon at the time to get it. So I was just happy to get it because I'm like, yes, I love Alpha Flight. But yeah, that's my stack this week, you guys. Apologies for a little bit of a shorter show. But again, next week, we are so excited to have Garrett Gunn and Dr. Christina Blanche join us to get skinny on the Good Boy World Tour and everything that happened behind the scenes and all the crazy stories that they have. So looking forward to that and getting to know our guests. Thank you all so much. The comments were amazing tonight, and I appreciate all of you for tuning in. But like I said, I'm going to fly and we're going to go watch some Moon Knight. It is long overdue, and I'm so excited to put it on. So you guys have a good one, and you guys know the drill as always. We keep it comics for sure, man. We'll see you next week.